This day after the debate was a challenging one for the national frontrunner in most polls, Rudy Giuliani, who's facing several critical reports that have surfaced in the past 24 hours or so. NBC's John Yang has more on that.
When I became mayor of New York City, things were out of control.
In New Hampshire today, a new Rudy Giuliani TV ad.
And New York City boomed,
touting his management of New York City. But on the front page of New Hampshire's biggest paper, a story that disputes that claim. City auditors found that obscure city agencies were billed tens of thousands of dollars for security costs related to out-of-town trips Giuliani took as he was beginning an extramarital affair with Judith Nathan, now his third wife. They questioned the spreading of expenses to offices that did not incur them. It was first reported by Politico.com. At last night's debate, Giuliani said the expenses were legitimate as part of his 24/7 security.
I had nothing to do with the handling of their records, and they were handled, as far as I know, perfectly appropriately.
Later, Giuliani called it a political hit job, and today a former Giuliani deputy mayor defended the practice.
Always allocated this way going back to his first term, and I was the deputy mayor for operations and oversaw the budget.
Giuliani's tenure as mayor is a major part of his campaign's message. His claims about cutting taxes and crime are a centerpiece of a statistics-filled stump speech.
We reduced crime by 60%. We reduced homicides by 70%. We reduced welfare by 640,000 people.
But a story appearing in tomorrow's New York Times says sometimes his numbers don't add up.
From time to time, he'll exaggerate, he'll do a misleading number, or he'll just get something plain wrong.
He recently boasted that New York City was the only U.S. city to cut crime every year since 1994, the year he became mayor. In fact, though, Chicago makes the same claim. Nitpicking, says Giuliani, although lately he seems to choose his words more carefully.
I was with him in New Hampshire over the weekend, and a number of the things that he's talked about in the past a little bit loosely that have been questioned, he was much more careful to be precise.
A recognition that in presidential politics, details count. John Yang, NBC News, Washington.